Hey Pisces, my angels, I hope you guys are well. Chelsea here from Lunar Tarot by Chelsea for your monthly tarotscopes for September 2019. So you can apply your sun, moon, rising and Venus sign to this reading. Comment if it resonates, like, share, subscribe, the usual. Thank you so much for watching. So, let's get into it. What can Pisces expect for September 2019? How may Pisces be feeling? And what can Pisces expect for September 2019? Pisces. Oh. Celebrations, Three of Cups. What are we celebrating, Pisces? What is something that is getting you guys excited? Perhaps nervous but excited with the Three of Cups here. Perhaps it's a celebration not just with yourself but with many people too. So what is this celebration, Pisces? What is this celebration? Ooh, Two of Wands reversed. So it's kind of like making a decision on something, but being indecisive. Like you're still in the thought process of actually making that decision on whether you want something or whether you don't. And I know that I did a prediction for Pisces that pregnancy could be a thing this month, a theme this month. So whether it's that, let's take a look. But with the Two of Wands reversed here, I feel like some of you guys are indecisive on something that could bring you a lot of joy and a lot of, emotional stability with other people too. So whether that's, with a lover or whether that is, something that just brings you joy, something that makes you happy, that, that can make you happy ultimately. Oh my God, and I saw this, Judgment. I saw this card come up and yeah, it came out. So Judgment, you have to make a decision on something, and it's, it's weighing on your spirit quite heavily. It's kind of taking its toll a bit, but that's the thing. Try not to worry, because this opportunity or this thing has been brought to your attention for a reason. It has been brought to your life for a particular reason, so that you need to acknowledge certain things, or perhaps this is just the path for you right now. But that's the thing. Being indecisive, you don't want the universe to make a decision for you. So if you're indecisive on something, the universe could ultimately make that decision for you. But something I will say, this will bring you joy. This will bring you happiness, even if you can't see it just yet. So just bear that in mind, Pisces. So what else do we need to know about September for Pisces? It could be that you're indecisive about a relationship as well. Perhaps you've basically been with someone or been seeing someone, and you've kind of like, even though it brings you joy, you're kind of like, but am I in the right place to really receive it right now? I get it. I get the worries. Honestly, I do. And with the Emperor reversed here, it's almost as if like you want to take a back seat. You don't want to have to take charge. You kind of just want to be like, okay, just let it unfold as it should. And I get it. But again, as I said, if you don't make a decision, the universe will do that for you. So just bear that in mind when it comes to something that you're indecisive on. Even though it can bring you joy, you want to make sure that you make this decision yourself. Don't be so, stuck in your head that you forget to actually make a decision and follow through with it, So what's the Emperor reverse telling us? Oh. Okay, so Seven of Swords. So some of you may be deceiving yourself over this situation. Perhaps you don't even see it with the Emperor here. And that's why Judgment is here. Perhaps you don't even see something that is fast approaching. And that's the thing, bottom of the deck is death. And what comes after death? Rebirth. So what is it that must die? What thought process or what thing So I kind of feel like for you guys, in order to get to this stage of celebration, it's like something needs to be decided. Now this could be, as I said, pregnancy. This could also be in terms of a relationship. Or it could just be your thought processes in general. Because you're lacking something here with the Two of Wands reversed. You're lacking something. You're lacking that decision. And the universe is like, okay, but you need to decide. Come on. If you don't decide, then, you know, we're going to make that decision for you. So with the Seven of Swords here, I feel like for some of you, you can't see something, or you're refusing to see something for what it truly is. You're kind of like trying to mask it. But that's the thing, by trying to mask it, you're actually allowing it not to go in your favor. You don't want to ruin something or not see something when it's right in front of you. You know? Like it's literally right in front of you. So something needs to go. Something needs to go. And perhaps for some of you, this means that you're not ready for something. So it's time to, you know, cross it out altogether. Or this could mean that you're ready to just step into something new with this individual, or with your thought process, or with, you know, this new beginning. And so you're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's proceed. So yeah, for a lot of you, you don't really want to make this decision. You don't really want to be assertive. You don't want to, you kind of want to stay in your own mind. And Pisces, you guys are very good at that, staying in your own mind. But something in the physical needs your attention. Something in the physical needs your attention. And because you are refusing to notice it, because you're refusing to do anything about it, it's almost as if it's like Seven of Wands reversed. You're just refusing to do anything about it at all. You're like, okay, let me just, you know, allow it to unfold as it should. And, you know, to a certain degree, that is good. But right now, Spirit's asking you to make a decision. Because that may be something quite challenging for you, Pisces, this month. Making a decision and following it through. Perhaps things aren't too clear right now, and that's why you're not seeing things the way that you need to, or the way that you should, in a sense. Oh, Ace of Wands. You finally see something. You finally tap into that power that, you know you have. You finally see something for what it is now. Perhaps that's what it is. Perhaps there's something in your physical life that you can't see right now, that you're deceiving yourself of with the Seven of Swords here. You're deceiving yourself of something because you can see the evidence right in front of you, but you'd rather choose to take the unnecessary thoughts and the unnecessary things with you instead of actually taking the necessities that you need. So when you do that, you're refusing to see something what actually makes it crash down almost. I feel like you guys don't make a decision this month concerning something that you probably should, and so you lose it altogether. Or you forget about it altogether. And that's the thing, you guys beat yourself up about it because you're like, why did I not see this? The signs were right in front of me. How did I not see this? It's okay. Sometimes we're so focused on external things or internal things that we forget about, you know, the opposite side of the spectrum. It's okay, it happens. But if things do not, you know, go in your favor or do not go the way that you had expected or the way that you had wanted, don't freak out. It's fine. Because with the Ace of Wands here, you tap into your power finally. You tap into what you've been missing finally at the end of September. Something is revealed to you. So it's fine. You don't need to stress. You don't need to worry. Transformations are happening for you this month. And, you know, it's a lot to take on. But you will be fine. Just don't stay in your head so much that you forget, you know, the outside world. Because you have a tendency to do that. Two of Pentacles, you guys are balancing something this month. What are you balancing? And that's funny because the Three of Wands reversed. Yet again. Obviously we've got the Two of Wands reversed and now we've got the Three of Wands reversed. So you don't make a decision. You've thought about it. You've thought about making this decision. You've really thought about it. But, I'ma just wait it out. I'ma just wait it out and see, you know, what happens. And that's fine. You know that's fine anyway. But with the Two of Pentacles here, you're trying to balance something. So I feel like you guys get a message. I feel like you guys get something from this experience this month, this deceitful experience this month. You get something, you gain something, and perhaps because this something has been so challenging for you, you're like, I'm not gonna fight it anymore, I'm not gonna question it anymore, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna question it anymore. I'm not going to fight it anymore. Because the more that I do, the more that it doesn't go in my favor. I get it. I do. But with the Ace of Wands here and the Two of Pentacles, something will go in your favor, but you have to learn to balance things out. So whatever it is that you're putting more into, learn to balance it. You can't just focus on one particular thing and then hope for the other thing to go well, because this thing is getting more energy than this other thing. So what is it? Is this a relationship? Is this the pregnancy that I was talking about in my predictions on Twitter? Is this your thought processes and how you decide to go about life? Because you haven't made a decision on something and you're sticking to your guns about not making a decision. You're like, let me just let the universe do its thing and I surrender to it. That's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to surrender. Sometimes we have to be like, okay, it's fine. I don't want to experience something that I have to decide myself. I get it. I get it. But I feel like the universe is trying to teach you something very valuable when it comes to making decisions. Because Pisces, this is something that you are going to have to learn. This is going to be something that you're going to have to get used to over and over and over again. And that's probably why death keeps appearing. Transformations keep appearing for you, because if you don't decide something and you continue not to decide, you never know which direction that you're heading in. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we can control our lives. That's not what I'm saying at all. But sometimes we need a direction. Sometimes we need a path or multiple paths that we feel like we can walk down to explore. If they don't go well, okay, we can go on to the next thing. But if you're aimlessly going through life without any direction, this is when judgment comes in. Because they're like, bitch, do something. Decide something for yourself. You know, take that lead. Take that direction with the Emperor reversed. Make it upright. Because all you're doing in the end is deceiving yourself and walking away with nothing, even though you feel like it's something. You're walking away with more pain and more worry than you would have if you just acknowledged shit and made a decision. So there's a lot of, energy here that is unproductive, that isn't creative. Some of you may feel as though you can't create something, whether that be, that can be anything. In terms of creativity, that can be anything. That could be tapping into your divine feminine energy. That can be, just connecting to yourself more. You're too in here and not in here, Stop focusing on just one thing, which is here, which is your thoughts, which is shit that's going wrong. Because the only reason as to why it's going wrong is because you're not deciding and you're not making any actions towards the things that you need to. Again, if this is pregnancy, if this is, something to do with my prediction, you're not going to find out. You're not going to find out until you can't make a decision. But don't stress about it, because this will bring you joy. This will bring you happiness, even though you can't see it within these moments. If this is to do with a relationship, decide. Even though I see you not making a decision this month and not doing anything towards it, kind of like stalling, just like waiting and being like, oh, what do I do? If you stall, you allow something to disintegrate without actually taking that opportunity and turning it into something that you would want. So if you're feeling unproductive or you're feeling not so creative, tap into your divine feminine energy. Tap into yourself. Go out in nature. Spend some time with yourself. Don't overthink things. Learn to make decisions, because this is something that's going to be very prominent in the month of September. Making decisions and following through with action. Not just making that decision and not doing anything. So let's see what the oracle cards have for you. What messages we have for Pisces for September 2019. That one was quick. Darkness. Again, don't allow your thoughts to just take over. It takes time. Everything takes time. Everything is a process. It's fine. Everything is a process. Sometimes things are in the dark for a reason, and they eventually come to light when they need to. Don't stress it. Don't stress it, and don't feel as though, things need to be, come to light, like right now. Things come to light when they need to come to light. If things are in the darkness right now, don't stress about it, because they will come to light when they need to. But as well as that, don't linger in your thoughts so much. Don't linger in your headspace so much. Move, get creative by moving, by going out into nature, by writing, by, you know, doing something that brings you joy in that sense. Oh. It's a nightmare picking stuff up with these nails. So, anyways. Pisces, what else does Pisces need to know for September? As well as that, you're going to get signs of something, of the decision that you need to make, actually. You're going to get signs, and it's going to be very prominent to you, but you're probably not going to want to acknowledge it. Nourishment. Some of you need to really focus on nourishing your mind, body, and soul. Not just your mind. You know, all of these things counteract each other. All of these things, you know, need to be in balance. Not saying that they can be perfectly balanced all the time, but that's something that you guys need to focus on. If your eating habits haven't been good, make sure that you're focusing on this too. So, don't get trapped in your mind, Pisces. Don't get too lost in the darkness that you can't find the light. But don't worry, because if you are stuck in the darkness, or things are in the darkness, they will come to light when they need to. But don't allow yourself to stay stuck. Because this stuckness, this stagnation is self-imposed. It's self-inflicted. Because you're deciding not to make a decision on something and not follow through with it. So follow through on something when you feel you're ready to. Nothing can be forced. Of course, nothing can be forced. But when you're ready to make a decision, follow through with it with action too. Okay. So that is your reading, Pisces. I hope this resonates. Please do comment, like, share, subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you again next month.